All right, done there. Okay, that was to be expected. Yeah. So I think we're
See,
just
we're
live right
recording.
now. I mean,
How
it's
does
gonna
this
start.
work? So do
We're
we
starting
just?
to record right now.
I guess. Yeah.
Let's just
Do we
kick it
start,
off,
or
and
do
then
we
as
wait
people.
for at least one person to join first?
No, I think we could just start, and then as
All
people
right.
come in, we'll like update them
Oh, that's fair.
with what it is. So, why don't you just take us off on what this one is?
Yeah. So this is just kind of an informal ZCT. Some of you guys might have been following. Oh, we got 3 people.
Hey.
The ZCT podcast that Matt has been helping me with, filming and hosting and producing for the past like what few months.
Yeah, the past few months.
Yeah, we do it like once or twice a month. Just we come up with a topic. We have like some random people, not random people, but people who are, we would say, knowledgeable on a topic, join us as a guest, and we just talk about it. Here, obviously, it's just us two. We're just in this crappy.
Yeah.
Actually, not too crappy. It's pretty
Right.
nice. Travelers Inn in Williams, California. We're doing a Thunderhill West track day tomorrow with On Grid, which is like half an hour north of here. The reason we're here instead of in Willows is because all the hotels in Willows are booked.
Yeah. Yeah. And then anyone on live with us right now, how's the audio? We just literally just have the phone set up. It's gonna be really casual.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys can hear us. 1 second.
It's pretty quiet in here. I think it should be all right.
Right. So why don't you talk about what's the plan for tomorrow?
Yeah, so we have actually a pretty big day planned tomorrow. We're doing a lot of filming.
Good audio. Cool.
So yeah, Matt's gonna be driving his Fiesta ST, which has gotten a couple. Well, one very important upgrade, which we'll get into in a moment.
Yes.
And I just got my S2000 back from Mario, aka Rogue Motorsports, yesterday, like super late last night. So I haven't really had time to test any of the upgrades I've had done to it. So tomorrow will be like the first shakedown. So I'll be doing a video on that. Also, I will be battling against Sego's AP2 S2000, which is like, in a lot of ways, he's kind of like my rival, even though technically he's faster than me. He's a little bit faster than me, yeah.
He's
so
Bunta, man.
I don't want, yeah. So I, in an attempt to keep up, I made some changes to my car, and tomorrow we're gonna try to get like some pretty exciting battle footage. We're both in the advanced group.
Although
it's gonna be fun.
They did combine both advanced groups. I signed up for low advance, and then high advance was what Fenton was in, and so they combined them all. So hopefully it's not too much traffic. So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes tomorrow. We're not sure.
Just make sure you have your hands sticking out the window.
Okay, yeah, I'll just have it permanently sticking out to point by everyone that
just have like an arm that's just like stuck to your door.
It's just like a prosthetic sticking out. Okay.
But anyways, so let's get into it. Tomorrow we will be filming, like I said, like the changes to the S2000 that I made. The S2000 battle, which I'll do probably at least 1 or 2 sessions with Sego to get the best footage and like stitch it all together. I will also be reviewing someone's E46 M3.
Ooh.
I've driven one E46 M3 before. It was SMG, like the sequential manual gearbox, which is
strange. Was it
man,
on the?
So you had that, but you also had the paddles. But it's essentially a manual, like you have a clutch, just like in a normal H pattern, but it's all paddle actuated.
Interesting.
So it kind of not ruined, but it made the car a lot less fun for me. So tomorrow will be the first time I'm driving a manual one, and it's got like really nice track mods on it.
Okay.
So it's running NTO1 tires. It's got like 2-way adjustable coilovers, all this stuff. The CAE shifter, which I've never used before, but I heard great things about it. So that'll be cool to see how that car stacks up against the S2000, because before I bought my S2000, I kind of considered an E46 M3 as a track car.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
similar,
cool car, and the people we know, a few people. I think someone in our friends group is like really, really fast in it. I think it's stripped and everything, but that guy is nuts, and you see a lot of skilled people with that car. So it's definitely a good platform. I'm not sure how it is on reliability. You know, everyone knocks BMW for its reliability, but overall on the track, the people who are good at driving those, I mean, people who are good at driving anything are going to be a beast, but the E30 or E46 M3s, those guys are pretty
yeah,
fast.
there's some really fast guys in those. and like they're similar to the S2000 in that like their front engine, rear wheel drive. They're a bit heavier, but still light enough to where like you're not going through like 3 sets of tires every season or whatever.
Right, right.
Naturally aspirated, high revving manual, like just a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, it'll be everyone will probably be like, "Oh, you're always comparing to S2000," but that's probably comparable actually. A fair
Yeah.
people do make that comparison. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
Like,
totally.
it's not like something that's like totally out of its price range. They are. I think they're probably similar now
You
in
can get
price.
a really nice one for 25, like a really nice one. You can get a decent one with some miles for like 20.
Right.
So
Okay.
probably like around the price of like a really nice AP2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be cool to see, and when you drive that tomorrow. Oh, talking about tomorrow's track day, we've been religiously like checking the weather.
Oh,
There have been low percentage chance of rain in the morning.
yeah.
So hopefully, what we're gonna see is rain in the morning, but then by the afternoon it will hopefully be dry, and so that's when more of the aggressive
So
driving will happen.
I just pulled it up. Now it says it's not going to rain from until after. So from
Ooh,
midnight to 7 a.m. there's like scattered showers, and then from 8 a.m. it's completely dry. So
oh man, I mean, so that's kind of like the perfect conditions that you want. You want it to be nice and cool
yeah,
for all those hot running engines, and then you want it to be dry.
yeah,
And it's hard to get both. That's
It
like
is
the
hard to get
perfect track day. And
Yeah.
and in California, that's like the most. Probably California is your best bet of always obtaining that perfect track day because
Yeah.
the weather's so good.
We're so spoiled here. It's
We are
crazy.
pretty spoiled. So for viewers who are outside of California, man, I feel for you in terms of having to track in like, anywhere outside of here because we get most. I've only tracked in the rain once, and it was crazy, and it was actually torrential rain.
torrential rain.
It was
Yeah,
torrential
Laguna,
rain. Like they canceled the track day at Laguna Seca
Yeah.
because and they've never canceled one apparently that group ever because of rain. So, anyways, we're gonna have track, but hopefully the weather is good and you'll have some good
Yeah,
sessions.
and I think it's funny you mentioned like we are lucky. Now that I think about it, we are really lucky. We are track guys in California because to us like there's no real concept of a track season. Like
That's true.
we can track year round. Like even like I've done track days in the middle of December. Like no
Yeah,
problem.
I know Speed SF usually does one, towards the end, like in the middle of December.
Yeah.
And like when you think about outside of California, it's
There's
like
no
snowing
way.
or
Yeah.
like, you can't do that.
If you're
So
New
we're
England,
pretty
it's like
spoiled.
game over. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the track battling that between
Sego, yeah.
yeah.
So that's gonna be super fun. So I guess the differences between our cars, right? I have obviously an AP1 with an AP2 swap. Sego's got like a '07, which is an actual AP2 with the drive-by-wire and all the stuff that goes along with that. So my car is completely stock from an engine perspective and a
Okay.
horsepower perspective. I have like headers, but like stock exhaust, stock cat, no tune or anything. Sego has like all the bolt-ons, plus he has a tune, and he's got the
Oh.
AP2 transmission, which is shorter gearing.
So with that tune, what's the power on that?
So
Or is
I
it not
wanna say-
power? Is it more adjusting the VTEC?
it's
or is
both.
It...
It's both. So peak horsepower, he's
Oh.
probably looking at maybe 10 horsepower more than me. And then, but the main thing is the torque, like the mid-range torque. I have to wait till 6,000 RPMs for VTEC.
Oh, I see.
His is probably set like I forget, like 4,500, 4,000 or something.
So it kicks in like probably like second or two, maybe faster.
Yeah, so basically coming out of corners when he's in second gear, like he has a better chance of being in VTEC. Like
Interesting.
so that's gonna be interesting to see the differences on the straightaways between our cars. Also, he has more aero, so he has a bigger wing. He has a front splitter. He has a CR.
Like
lip.
inlets. Oh, ellipse.
Yeah,
Okay.
which gives you a little bit more front downforce. Granted, Thunderhill West isn't a big downforce track,
No, yeah.
but it still does help in some of the sweepers.
Right, right, right.
But the big advantage that I have over him is that I have I'm going to be running the Advan A052 tires tomorrow.
Those are nice.
He's still on the Federal 595 RSRR, so
Oh,
that's like
okay. That's like
if he had this much of an advantage going into it before the tires, that completely just got evened out, if not slightly tilted towards
Got
my
it.
favor, I think now.
okay. Someone asked, what were the upgrades? I think you were showing them.
Oh Yeah.
on Instagram. So what were the
Yeah.
upgrades that you did to your
So
car?
yes, the upgrades I've done to my car are I went with a StopTech ST40 front big brake kit. I bought it off my buddy Alex. It's pretty much it's slightly used, but it has brand new Project Muse Club Racer pads. And then I got a new set of rear pads, WinMax LV5. So, and Project Muse Hella JDM brake fluid.
Okay.
So that's good for like 10 horsepower, I think. So I'll be
Get
blowing
outta
past
here.
Sig on the straights. So yeah, from a braking perspective, my car is like solid. It should be super solid now.
Got it.
There would be no more stupid captions on my videos where like I'm like over braking myself or whatever.
Yeah, someone just commented when you're committed to the S2K or the Sketch 2K, you're really
Sketch 2K.
committed. So
Oh yeah. I was on the cusp, like you know this, like I was on the cusp
should I
of
get a
selling it.
CTR?
Like a
blah,
Civic
blah,
Type.
blah,
Yeah, so that
blah.
was gonna be like my potential big reveal was like, oh, I'm gonna sell the BMW daily,
Such a
sell the
tease.
S2K, and then buy a CTR. But I'm glad I never like actually announced that. Really disappointing, or maybe really like cool for some people to see, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, and then also, can you also go about into those? I think they're bushings or something. You were
Yes.
posting that on online
Yeah.
as well. So, you maybe explain what.
Yeah,
what those
so
were.
basically, if some of you guys watched my video from a couple weeks back when I drove Jeff's AP1 S2000, like I think someone in the comments in that video was like, it's the only time I've ever seen you laugh or smile or something, which isn't true, but I get the point. I'm usually pretty stoic in my videos, but when I was driving that thing, I was just like, I felt like a little kid who had just been given an unlimited supply of candy for 20 minutes. It was like the best car I've ever tracked, bar none. And a
Wow.
big part of it, I think, is because of the spherical bushings. Because Jeff has the Kingpin sphericals that whatchamacallit, Black Tracks did for him, and that's way out of my budget, granted. So those are like the most high-end spherical bushings you can get, as far as I'm aware. So I went with the Belade spherical bushings. Shout out to Mario Rogue Motorsports again for hooking me up with those, doing the install. All within, he did that big brake kit as well, all within like the past 3 days, 3 or 4 days.
Wow.
So right in time for the track day. So big shout out to him for getting my car ready on time. He's also lending me the Volk wheels with
the tires.
With tires. So definitely a big shout out. If you guys are local in the Bay Area and you need, you know,
Brentwood.
He's up in Brentwood. He doesn't only do S2000s. He does other cars as well. Just hit him up. So yeah, the spherical bushings. Basically, I don't really know what I'm getting myself into. We'll see how they feel tomorrow. But from what I understand at a very basic level, it just removes a lot of the slop that the OEM rubber bushings have in the suspension. So like the control arms, for example, if you look at those bushings, like twist them around. And my car has 130 and they've never been replaced. So when Mario pressed them out, they're basically like worn to crap.
I'm very curious to see what these bushings do for you, because you know you've driven your car and you know it pretty well, you know it pretty intimately. So doing these kind of upgrades, I'm sure everyone wants to know, like, hey, you're very good at describing the driving experience and feel.
Right.
So they're probably going to really want to see. You're answering the question basically, if I were to get the Belay
Like worth it.
yeah, is it worth it? Which everyone loves, like the worth it type of questions.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on tomorrow in the first of the 3 videos that I'll be doing. But I will say, like, driving it on the freeway here.
Rough or no?
So I would say, like, I feel more of the bumps, or like those little imperfections on the freeway. You definitely feel it and you hear it more. It's like thunk, thunk, thunk. But it seems to be more absorbed by the suspension now, versus kind of like, it's less of a crashy feeling, I guess.
Interesting.
Which is a good sign. But we'll see how it handles like going over curbs on the track.
Yeah, it could be pretty, you know, aggressive
We'll
in terms of hitting it.
I mean, the idea is that it's supposed to make it more stable over those types of bumps, and also like the steering input should be more direct now because there's less of that rubber mushiness when you turn.
Okay. Yeah, and then also maybe you can talk about your expectations with the big brake kit. I think you said, oh yeah, I got the upgrade, but you know, what does it, and I think this is one of the topics we're going to shift into, is the big brake kit conversation, because I did get one for my Fiesta. I mean, I got the cheapest one, the Wheelwood ones, and they're super inexpensive for the Fiesta.
How
It
much
was
was
only
it? Like
like
800?
like 750 or something.
That's so cheap. Man.
Yeah, and I installed it myself with my buddy Sean. It was super simple to do. But yeah, why don't you kick it off? What is the big break kit mainly for in your opinion?
Yeah, so I think it is kind of a misconception to some extent that big brake kits, at least for, it's not true that big brake kits for all cars, especially like the S2000, will give you way more stopping power. Like the stopping distances, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a minor difference.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing with the big brake kit is because the rotors have so much more cooling capacity, these are way bigger, you won't get as much fade. So later in the session, with my stock brakes, even with aggressive pads, I would get really good brake bite in the beginning. But towards the end, the pedal would just start to get mushier and mushier and mushier. And then that hurts my confidence as a driver as well. So basically, like the last 6 to 7 minutes of every session, like it's almost impossible for me to get a PB if my brakes are cooked.
Right.
It's not really an issue in like cold weather like we have now, but in this, I'm kind of like looking ahead to the summer. All the summer track days I have planned this year, I definitely want to have reliable braking.
Yeah, yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head there. Basically, I initially thought too was like BBK, big brake kit. What do your brakes do? They stop your car. So you think, oh, if I get a bigger one, it's gonna stop my car better. It's not necessarily for that, but you were saying, yeah, not. It could help in terms of the stopping distance.
Yeah.
But it's more of the heat dissipation
Yeah.
and not having that fade, and more like giving braking confidence through your entire session. I think that's where at least us track goers would get the most benefit.
Because you're going to get way faster if you're able to push harder consistently lap after lap. Because seat time is the most important mod of all. Like
Exactly.
the driver mod,
Exactly.
right? If the last like third of every session you're just like braking super early because you're nervous, then it's essentially wasted time.
Yeah, yeah. So, that's pretty cool. We both got big brake kits. I'm excited to. Well, I think the Fist in itself never really had good brakes.
Yeah, I agree.
And the pad selections, there's not much out there. Even for the big brake kits, there's not too much out there as well. So, I'm very curious to see how it's going to improve my driving. I think it actually not having the best brakes kind of made it so where you had a fade brake or trail brake into a lot of things instead of like smashing the brakes at the last second and then turning in.
Yeah.
It's like you have to manage your speed a little better. So now that I have hopefully I have some more braking capabilities
As a driver.
maybe I'll improve. But so that's kind of a cool thing that we have BBKs going tomorrow.
Honestly, we should have done this way before. Like at least for me, I should have done this a year ago. Like when I bought the car, basically.
Yeah. Plus BBKs in the long run, in theory, consumables wise,
That's a great point.
it should actually
Save
save you money
Yeah.
in the long run because you can just replace your rotors. It's like a two-piece rotor for most cases,
Mhm.
and then you just have to replace the outside rotor with the size of the one for your car.
Yeah.
And then the pads, they should last longer because they don't melt as quickly.
Yeah.
So I was going through brake pads pretty quickly in the Fiesta.
Yeah.
And
Me too.
it was just not a viable.
I was going like
long-term.
five track days on one set of front pads, and well, yes, like the pads and rotors for stock, like for a stock S2000, are way cheaper than the BBK pads and rotors. I would have to swap them out so often that it just added up really quick. So hopefully, I can get through a whole season on just this front set of
Yeah,
rotors and
you
pads.
should probably do a follow up after your BBK usage. You'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, because you track everything religiously in that Excel, right? That you
Yeah,
have.
yeah. that
So
Google
you can
sheet,
see
yeah.
like cost wise, is it better? Maybe it's
That's a good
worse.
point, yeah.
Maybe it's better. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll do a video. on
Alex
that.
just said, "What's up? Hey, Alex, what's
Oh,
going
hey, what's
on?
up, Alex? Thanks for the BBK.
Yo,
Wait.
No,
is
no,
that
Alex
is it
Lai.
different Alex?
yeah,
Oh, Alex Lai. Oh, the other S2000 guy.
yeah."
Yeah, yeah.
And then someone commented also, "There's not enough detailed track S2K videos out there." So he's probably being appreciative of the fact that I think people really enjoy your videos with the text description. Because
Yeah, the captions.
that I know you say you can do those pretty easily, but
Yeah.
that while watching and getting that feedback from you, like putting your thoughts out there, what you're thinking, I think is really helpful. Because like just watching a track video, like okay, I'm just idling.
You can infer stuff, but like you don't really know what's going on in the driver's head. That's why I put
Exactly.
that stuff out there, because like when I'm driving, like I'm concentrating too hard to be able to say all that stuff like I do in my street reviews.
So I think that's an ode to some of those videos and probably saying keep probably wants more of those.
Yeah,
so.
I'm glad you guys actually get value from that, because the first time I made one of those with captions, I was like, this seems really weird and nerdy, but I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I guess another thing I guess we could talk about is like kind of track prepping the night before, and kind of like what we do during the day coming up to the track day, and then making sure we're prepared. So I guess you can talk about what are your main thoughts coming up to the night before, like what do you pack and stuff.
What do I pack? Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Well, considering my S2K trunk is like non-existent.
Yeah.
I have to be like very careful about what I pack.
Exactly.
So things I pack for every track day. If I'm staying, obviously the night before at like a motel or whatever, I'll pack like one backpack with just my clothes, my toiletries, and all that crap. I always pack a jug of engine oil, because you don't want to have to spend $30 per quart at the track store or whatever. What else? Brake fluid and like a hose and like a bleeder kit if you have one. It's really useful to have. I would pack like a pretty nice hydraulic jack, but I can't fit that in my car. That's why we have your Fiesta.
Yeah.
What else? Like a full toolkit, just like torque wrench. Obviously, you want to torque your wheels down after every session. Once the wheels cool down a little bit, you want to check that torque. Sockets and the usual.
Air pump.
Oh yeah,
to measure your tire pressure.
Yeah,
I think that's gauge. Pretty critical actually. So me in my Fiesta, I can carry so much stuff. So it says, someone said don't forget the extra blinker fluid. Yeah, that's major key.
Crackheads.
So basically, I brought the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
I'm super prepared. I got like extra rotors, extra brake pads. I got a full I got my like big time jack so I can jack up the side of my car.
Because he has the critical thing is you have a separate set of wheels for track.
Yeah, I have a separate set of wheels and tires for the track. So
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I have Dereza 3s now.
Z3s, yeah. For track. And there's some copy all seasons for you.
Yeah, some all seasons for my daily driving, which hopefully the whole consumption, saving money in the long run. That's kind of the rationale behind that. But I also have a pop-up tent, a table, like things that you should probably bring that you don't think about is like windshield cleaner, a trash bag. I don't know. There's a bunch of things that I just think of that I've been learning to bring, because I'm always with you guys, and so every time we hang out, I was like, oh yeah, we should bring this, and like I always have space, but you guys all have coupes.
Yeah.
So it's just like sure, I'm like the track.
You're like the track support van.
I'm like the track dad. I guess I'm the track dad, but those are kind of the things that you should bring, or if you think you should bring anything else, leave it in the comments below. But it's definitely a fun process. I think but yeah, I think tools. Let's see. Oh, he says someone's coming with the Fiesta ST. Yeah, exactly. See, he's also the track. The track.
I mean,
dad.
if I had a hatchback, I would have all that stuff too. I just can't.
Yeah, and Alex is saying the small S2K trunk is what basically really makes you think about what's essential.
Exactly.
I'm all in excess. I
just throw everything in there.
Yeah, throw everything in there. I have a ton of space. But yeah, that's kind of what we wanted to talk about a little bit. Other than that.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys are enjoying this format. This is very low key. We probably will do this if we're ever on the road. And have time to do this. I hope you guys enjoyed the actual ZCT podcast too.
Tires. Oh, okay. So question on what tires I'm running. Well, I've been running for the past year and a half or so the Federal 595 RSRRs, which are a 200 treadwear tire. Not the grippiest tire for a 200 treadwear. They all cycle out, not heat cycle out quickly, but after 10 minutes of hard driving, they get greasy. So basically the second half of every session is kind of there's no way I'll get a PB. But they're just so cheap that I've been running them until this point.
That's fair, yeah.
Until recently, I've been driving a couple cars on track, like Dave's Civic Type R. He had the Advan A052s, and then Jeff's S2000 had the Nitto NTO1s. So now that I've experienced what a really good tire can do and how much more confidence it gives you, Once I wear my Federals out, I'm gonna go with something like that. Probably an NTO1 is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, NTO1. Those are a little on the pricey side, though.
They're a little pricier, not too bad. They're 100 tread wear, so they wear out quicker.
Mm.
But yeah, right now though, for tomorrow, like I said, I'm borrowing my mechanics
And
8052s.
yeah, and actually, like that's also it. Also depends on like what you're trying to get out of it too, because the Federals they're cheap for what they
They're
are.
so cheap. Yeah.
And if you just want to boom get a ton of track days in and just get track time and not time attack, I
Yeah.
think that's a great choice.
Yeah.
But then if you start to outgrow them, you might want to look into the the 100 tread wear type of tires and really trying to like hone in on your skills on
Yeah,
that.
and I've been running the Federals, like I said, for a long time now, so it's kind of like I'm kind of at that cusp where I think I can justify better tires. Yeah.
Yeah, I think someone else said that's what they run as well. Yeah, I mean, and then also the club we run with, sometimes Speed SF, they have a discount on
Federals,
Federals
yeah.
as
I don't know if
well.
they do that anymore, but
Maybe they stopped doing that.
I think
but
the Federals went up in price a little bit, so another reason for me to upgrade. Yeah.
yeah, and if they go on a price, then yeah, by all means. Yeah, DIY guys was ready to them too.
Oh, yeah, Jason.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, for sure. And then I don't know if anyone cares what I'm running. I just ran the Dureza
Z3s.
Z3s. I guess that's their newest compound. So far they've been pretty good.
Yeah, it's a 200 tread wear.
But all like 200 tread wear for front wheel drive, I feel like I haven't really found any major differences. Like I run the Falcon Azini 615K pluses or whatever.
Yeah.
Those were good too, and I feel like the Z3s weren't any more grippy. So
All the 200 tread wear tires pretty much are very, very close, like closely matched, except for the outliers, which are on one side you have like the Federals, which are going to be a little slower in outright lap time, and they give out a lot quicker than pretty much everything else out there. And then you have the A052, which is straight up cheater tire. Like it's a 200 tread wear, but like really in
200
lap
tread wear.
times, it's actually beating like the Nitto NTO1 a little bit, which that's 100 tread wear.
So yeah, I guess like in the 200 tread wear category, it's like you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for. Yeah, like literally you get what you pay for.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you spend more money on a 200 tread wear tire, chances are it's going to be a better tire.
Yeah, I mean how unironic.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
but
But
it's
like
true.
yeah, like like the two that I've had. I think I had the like Bridgestone. I forgot what they call the Potenzas. The stock Fiesta tire.
RE050s are garbage.
Yeah, so
Garbage
I've had
tires.
RE050s, the Falcon Azinis, and then the Z3s. I definitely did not like the Bridgestones, but
Bridgestone.
between the two, the Z3s and the Falcon
Falcons.
Azinis, I don't see too much difference.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see tomorrow. I'll be running the Z3s for a second time, but yeah, I don't know. The 200 tread wear category, it's
In general, if you're like a beginner track goer, 200 tread wear is a good place to start. You don't want to go directly to 100 tread wear or better, because then you're gonna have more grip than you know what to do with, and it's harder to like kind of learn car control.
right. Someone just asked how many track days have you done in your Federals?
So I'm on like my third set of Federals, I think.
Or how many track days have you done on your latest
On my
Federals?
latest one, oh, so I've only done like one.
Oh, okay.
I think one or two.
But so on average of your set of each one, how many track days?
So
were
they
really
last.
good?
That's a good question. So they last anywhere from 5 to 7 track days. Yeah, well, I think if I was like pushing every single session without a bunch of traffic,
Maybe 5.
like
then.
5 track days tops for Federals. Yeah.
But then they're like, how much before they went up in price? How much were they?
I think I got a full set of 17-inch 255s for $430 or something like that. Like
Really?
dirt cheap.
Wow, $430
So cheap
for the S, especially for the S, because it's
Yeah.
a bigger size.
Yeah, like the Nitto NTO1s that I'm considering moving to, I think they're in the like $800 range, and then the Advan A052 is like
Even.
I want to say 1,100 or so, give or take, which
Oh
is
my
like
gosh.
almost 3 times. But
Yeah, I mean, just to put things in perspective on consumables, for me, my wheels and my tires were like $1,200.
yeah, well you're running
Well,
what,
but-
17.
17 by
215s, right?
Yeah, 215s all around, so they're like way more
Yeah.
narrow. But I mean, like it's crazy how much more as you get bigger tires and everything else. The consumables
Yeah.
just start
time.
ramping up. Like if you have like big wheels, like 17 or 18.
If you're running
Which is
a
like-
Corvette, I feel bad for you, man.
Dude, Corvettes with the wheels are like this
The
large.
guys who run like 315s in the rear, oh my god. Those tires, like, I bet like per tire it's like $500.
I see. Yeah, so if you guys have more questions, we'll field them as we go. Fenton, what are your, like, I guess, track thoughts for tomorrow?
Okay, yeah. So one other thing I wanted to go into that you just reminded me of is like, what are my goals? Not just for tomorrow, but like for this year.
Yeah.
Let's say now that I'm 100%.
He's committed. He's
balls
committed to the
deep
S.
committed to the S2000. So what I'm aiming to do before I start adding more aero, like a bigger splitter, a bigger wing, and all that stuff, I have some targets in mind for all the tracks. So for Laguna Seca, I want to hit 143. Okay, so this is where it gets weird because if I go to NTA ones, that in itself should give me like 2 seconds. So then I'd already be at 143 from where my previous best was.
Okay, so yeah, okay.
Well, let's say low 143. Okay, and then for Thunderhill West, I'm aiming for a 124. We'll see what happens tomorrow. For Thunderhill East, I still don't really know what my car's capable of there, but I want to get like a low 2 minutes. Button Willow, I'd love to do like a 2-minute flat.
Okay.
This year.
That would be pretty impressive. Yeah, someone said, yeah, basically, they're gonna spend more time on the track and seat time and less on mods. Good for you, man.
For you, man.
I've hardly done any mods on my Fiesta.
Yeah.
And I feel like seat time is the main thing. Someone just asked if we were running BBKs. Actually, yes. I mean, I think he just joined, or he or she just joined. Yeah, we're both running BBKs tomorrow for the first time. So that will be a lot of fun. Fenn just went over his goals for, track times for this upcoming year. For me, I think I know my track times, but I don't even know what's supposed to be good or not.
There's not a lot of people from track Fiestas. So
yeah,
you don't have much reference.
I don't have much reference. Like the SUK community, you guys have a ton of references. A lot of people posting track times, and then you can always compare with somebody out there. I haven't seen another Fiesta in probably the last 4 or 5 track days.
Exactly. Well, there's my buddy Rome who just bought a Fiesta, so you can compare to him. So what is that?
So basically. For me, my goal is always just to, always improve on my time and then really get to a point where I can feel upgrades. I'm not here, to get super like time attack, aggressive on that perspective. I just want to become a better driver and, work on my car. And so that's kind of where you and I differ a bit.
Yeah.
You love the time attack. You love getting those numbers.
I've never done time attack. So
not time attack, but like getting
chasing lap
times. Yeah. And basically, for me, it's more like I just want to have fun. Maybe I'll get a little more serious, but the problem is with the Fiesta, it's not a car that you
have a lot of options.
Get really serious with.
Right.
Yeah. So, I have the BBK. That was my latest upgrade. I do have a radiator that's just sitting in my garage, and then basically, I want to get some type of coilover setup, a seat. And that should be like my next move.
Isn't there KWV3 available for your car?
There are some KWV3s.
That might be the next. Dude, KW, by the way, guys, if you're looking for coilovers, KW is doing like an insane rebate. I think like this month or something.
Uh-oh.
On the V3, you get
not sponsored.
$350 off of like whatever the MSRP price is.
Yeah, someone said a seat for sure. Definitely. I'm a little bigger, look smaller on camera compared to Fenton, but I think I'm gonna get the Evo 2 seats from Recaro.
Yeah.
And that's for like us bigger dudes. Matt KW. Yeah. Telling me, oh no, I should turn off the
it's not just S2K applications. It's all KWV3s. As long as you can find it at like an authorized reseller, I think is what it is. Even if that reseller is selling it for lower than like MSRP, you'll still get the $350 off. Just look for the rebate. Like if you just Google like 2019 KW rebate or something, you'll find it.
Got the cogs spinning.
I was thinking about this the other day. Like my NSX still on stock suspension.
Oh, people are done the thinking about everyone's stroking the invisible beard.
Unless you have a real beard.
I'm trying to grow one out. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so that's kind of my goals. Is like I think someone also commented. It's nice feeling that progression.
Yeah.
However you obtain that, it's up to you. But at the end of it does feel a bit good to get better.
Yeah, it does.
And everyone has a different path in which they do that. For me, it's more like, okay, just get seat time and then get really comfortable in my car and then do an upgrade and hope that upgrade
You'll actually feel it.
be
Be able to use it.
And that's how I'm kind of marking my satisfaction. I should just do more, maybe chase times a little more. But like I said, it's hard to when there's like hardly any other Fiestas out
you
there.
chase your own times. Like,
Yeah,
that's all there is to it. Right?
Chase your own time. So I'm doing my last time I was 134 before a BBK. So I should. I mean, I feel a lot more comfortable
Those
with the
were
car. So
the
that's
Falcon tires.
those were the Falcon Azinis. Yeah. So I have I have Dureza 3s that only have one track session on them. So we'll go for it. We're going for it tomorrow. No, there's no local. I think there's okay. So the Fiesta
Sure, there is
community is not like what an S2K community would
No.
be. This is more like the guys who and by all means you're entitled to do whatever you want, but they get the mud flaps. They get
The mud.
they get the first thing they get is the tune with no cooling.
Are we talking about Fiesta owners or
Yeah.
Subaru owners?
Oh.
Yeah, I went there.
Whoa. Hey,
Okay,
that's
I'll
him
take it
saying
back.
that. That's him saying that. But yeah, there's no like Fiesta ST drivers community. So, yeah, basically. Oh, then someone asked if you're gonna upgrade your suspension to higher spring rates, like Jeff's car.
Oh, I'm okay with my Olins for now. I feel like it's not my limiting factor.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's no point.
Yeah. So, like I said, yeah, like the community for Fiesta ST, I've noticed it's more kind of like the showy type. They like stance it. Well, not stance it, but they
Like
get the
lower
flat
it, yeah.
tires and and if I'm pro all car. Like you can do your
As
thing.
long as it has a manual transmission.
I'm kind of a stickler for the manual transmission. But yeah. Cool. So yeah, I hope you guys. I'm gonna bring it a little closer. Sorry.
Get up close and personal.
What are each of your top limiting factors right now?
Driver.
Driver.
Like by far.
Yeah.
I'm not
Besides
even-
driver, that's not as fun.
Besides driver.
Besides
Okay.
driver.
Brakes. Well,
Okay.
hopefully that issue will be resolved with the BBK.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of stupid that I haven't done this, but like definitely one of my limiting factors is feeling the car because of my seat. So whoever said like, yeah, you should definitely get a seat, I agree with you, but this is my daily driver, so the thought of like getting to a bucket seat and then
Yeah.
like clipping in with like a seatbelt that's like way back here, it's
Or
not
a
the most
harness.
or a harness is not the most appealing, but yeah, I think that's probably one of my limiting factors is committing to a seat.
Yeah. You can find like not a full bucket seat, like because I know like Recaro, for example, makes like a Sportster seat or something, which is more like daily friendly, but still gives you way better support. Because the stock seat on your Fiesta is absolute garbage.
It's pretty horrid. Someone's asking, do you have fitment issues, leaks, wind noise with your OEM rep?
Yes, I do. So even though I'm running a lot of Belay parts on my car, and for the most part they do seem to work very well. The version 1 hardtop fitment for me at least has been absolutely a nightmare. Like I don't know if you've seen, but the front of my car where it meets the windshield, I have to like put multiple layers of like heavy duty tape. Otherwise, like above 60 miles an hour, the wind just rushes through.
Great.
And I had to put like weather stripping all around to prevent like leaks and stuff. So
But like the difference between that and a non-rep is like
it's like
crazy,
a third
right?
the price of an OEM hardtop.
yeah. When are you going back to Japan?
When am I going back to? I don't know yet. I'd like to go like this fall.
Not soon enough.
Not yeah. I want to go back ASAP.
Okay, so yeah, we're nearing almost 40 minutes here, guys. Thank you for everyone who joining. Have a little party together with 20 people here. But yeah, I hope you like this format. Someone said to go get some sleep, so I think
Yeah,
we
it's
should
about
do
time.
that. It's gonna be daylight savings. Don't forget, everyone. Your
Yeah, we
clocks are
lose an hour.
gonna shoot forward. So, yeah, so we're probably gonna go get some sleep. But if you enjoyed this format, let us know in the comments. Just let us know. We'll probably do more of these live sessions. When it's appropriate, but we do like to stick to the more formal format as well with the multiple camera angles.
We'll do a mixture of everything, like just depending on what the feedback is. So like Matt said, if you guys enjoy this format, let us know. It's super easy to do this. Like it requires zero editing, just a phone. So
Yeah. Thumbs up, everyone, for a good day tomorrow.
All right.
Appreciate it.